Welcome back to another week of Summer Tips from She Ministries. This week I've invited my friend Nancy Galligan to join us. She's going to share some photography tips with us. You may know Nancy from She Ministries. She serves as one of our counselors, and you probably see her behind the lens of a camera most of the time. Nancy has blessed many of us with her wonderful photos, myself included, Nancy, so thank you. So Nancy, will you share with us how you came to have this passion for photography?
Well, Nicole, actually it's on a sort of a sad note that that I don't have a picture of me until I was 2 years old. And I thought, as I look back, I wish I'd have known what I looked like when I was a baby and things like that. And I thought, I don't want anybody to ever miss out on something special in their life. If I happen to be there and have my camera, I want to bless them. Since now for the past 5-6 years, Carmen Camino and Wilfred, her husband, and myself, we go to Peru, and so I had to get a little better camera, and we chipped in to get that together, and I've had to learn to use it. I still have so much to learn, but I'm an amateur. Just want you to know I'm an amateur. And so I know you can do this, whoever's watching this. You can do this. It doesn't matter what camera you have. It doesn't matter. Just have the passion and you'll get better as you go along.
Nancy, would you like to share some of your photography tips with all of us?
Well, I would. First of all, you may notice that I have this large bag. And it really helps when you're on the airplane if you're flying somewhere and you don't have to put it in your suitcase, and that's extra weight at 50 pounds. So I carry my big old camera right in my purse, so no matter where I go I have it, and I carry extra batteries too. Gotta have extra batteries so you don't look so dorky all over the place with this camera hanging off of you. So anyway, some of the tips I would suggest is, unless you really love ketchup bottles, make sure they're not in the picture. You'd be amazed. Ketchup bottles, water bottles, coffee cups, and there you are. Now you have a whole new project of learning how to blend those in and make them look like background. So why even bother? Just get them out of the picture. And so that's one tip. Another tip is to please honor the people that you're taking pictures of. Okay? If they're chewing, just don't ever let anyone see that photograph. Just delete it. That's what's great about digital. Digital, you can take a couple thousand pictures on an 8 gigabyte little disk. And so about 3,000, I think, pictures. So look how many you can delete. I probably keep maybe 1 out of 5 that I take. So on a normal day, like at the She Ministry, if we have something going on, I probably take 300 to 500 pictures between the two shifts. And then I just keep those gems. Every now and then I'll print a few out. I can't afford to do that for everyone. But now and then I just put them in a little envelope and surprise them with it. And they're like, wow. And they have a picture maybe of themselves and their spouse, or a really close friend, or an event that wasn't photographed. And now they have a memory. And I think in a way that glorifies God, because He's a creator, and so we can say, look what He did today. And sometimes we forget things that have happened.
Yes.
Photographs are really great for that.
I love the idea of being aware of your surroundings in a photo. Like you said, the ketchup bottles. I never thought of the honoring people and glorifying God in the pictures. I really do love that. I think that's probably one of the best tips I've ever heard regarding photography.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because let's just face it, nobody appreciates the photo that's in the photo album on the coffee table or up on Facebook. That is of you chewing. Nobody wants that photo up.
The last thing you want to do as a photographer is to distract everyone. No matter how important photography might be to you, what's going on in what we're hearing, the word and being taught, don't distract. I go back to don't distract. It's very important. So my camera, I didn't know enough even when I bought it. I just sort of stumbled into it. I was so glad that there's no noise. It's absolutely quiet. So that's one thing to try. I also have a zoom that is unheard of for this small of a camera.
Wow.
So I can get Dominic's nose right now, practically his full face, and I just took a picture of his face. Now,
wow.
While I was doing that, I moved the camera. Now, so you want a huge zoom, but you want to remember, don't move the camera, because now we have a blur instead of Dominic. Another thing while you're taking a group, look for the faces. If you can see all their faces and take a few extra seconds, it's okay to say, oh, I'm so sorry, can we just, Mary, I can't see your face. Could you get your face in the picture? You'd be surprised, some people hide. They don't really want it, but they're willing. So make sure you see the faces and then take about 3 shots, do a different angle, and hopefully you'll get one extremely good group picture. So I'm learning to be creative.
Yes.
Get down on the floor and look up, and you get a great angle, or come behind them if they're in prayer, and it's just so cool. Or just quietly use your zoom. Maybe you can get their hands holding the Bible. One of the things also is to leave a little room around your photograph. So if you want to crop it, then you have some room to crop. Crop, by the way, just means cutting it right in your computer. So, and then it looks a little bigger.
So you have room to play with. I like that. That's
a
great tip.
Room to play with, yeah. It's kind of like salvation. If you look for opportunities, it's kind of that way with photograph. Everywhere I go, there's an opportunity. If you're looking for it. And I don't just sit there and go, okay, I got to find an opportunity. But you do see them.
So I guess some of the key things I've taken so far are be creative. Like you said, try different positions, try different angles. Have your camera ready. I think that's one huge thing that most of us don't do. We think we only need our cameras for Christmas or for a wedding. However, like you said, everyday special moments that are gifts from the Lord, we need to take advantage of those little special moments that He gives us. Whether it's of our children, of a flower in our yard, like you said, someone's hands. I think that's really special. I've noticed just with myself as I get older, my hands look like my mother's, the way that I remember when I was a child.
Aww.
So I think that's a really special thing. Hands is really neat.
Yeah, it really is. I made an album for Carmen, and in fact I haven't even given it to her yet, but I have finished it. And basically what I want to tell you is when and if you make an album, and I'm not the world's greatest album maker, but try and do it in sequence. I don't mix like prayer and worship with snacks.
Right.
Get it? You want to try and keep it in some kind of order, but don't be so fanatical that it'll become a job. It's supposed to be fun.
Sometimes when we're on a budget, we think, what can I give my friend? And a photo album is not that much money, but all that time. It's a lot of time, but it's so priceless. And I think if you're thinking of a gift that you can give to somebody this summer for a wedding or for a birthday gift or graduation, that gift would be so priceless.
Yeah. I just want to wrap it up myself with just encouraging whoever you are that's watching this. Don't ever give up. Keep going. Take pictures. Document. Look back and go, wow, how cool.
Join us next week for some more summer tips from She Ministries.